The iPad Air has been my main computer and productivity tool for nearly a year now. In fact, it's what I'm using to write the script for this video right now. And with the recent release of the iPad Air 5, I wanted to share how I made the transition to an iPad first workflow, why I did it, and if that would be a good decision for you as well. Hey, I'm Nathan. I'm a family pastor and a Christ follower, and this is Productive Pastors, a channel that is dedicated to serving those who serve the church. Before buying the iPad Air, I owned a 2015 MacBook Pro. And while that still has a place in my workflow, it isn't my first choice for productive work anymore. The iPad is more portable, more flexible, and in some cases even more powerful. But it takes a few extra purchases and a slight shift in how you approach different tasks to fully unlock the potential of the iPad. First and foremost, this is through the purchase of a case and keyboard combo. The one I use is the Logitech Combo Touch. I often need to switch between a tablet that is easy to handle while I'm preaching and a physical keyboard for studying and writing and working. The Combo Touch gives me that flexibility. It has a detachable keyboard and trackpad that magnetically attaches to the case. And so when I need my iPad to stand in for a full computer, everything is all right there for me. But the great thing about the Combo Touch is that when I just need a tablet for sermon notes or for reading, I can just pop off the keyboard. It's still in its protective case, and I don't have to worry about the awkwardness of carrying around a keyboard case while I'm teaching. And yes, Apple does have the Magic Keyboard, which admittedly does the same thing a little bit better, but at nearly half the cost, it was a no-brainer for me to go with Logitech's Combo Touch case. Now, the next step in unlocking the iPad's full potential would be to invest in an Apple Pencil. But honestly, I've been using the iPad for almost a year now, and it hasn't really been that necessary for me. If you frequently create graphics or like taking handwritten notes, or you just have any artistic ability more than me, then maybe the Apple Pencil is a good investment for you. But for me, right now, I just can't justify the purchase. And I want to pause here and just really quickly say that products, and specifically the iPad, are great tools, but they are temporary. A new iPad could very well boost your productivity, but seeking after eternal things is much more rewarding and worthwhile. I truly think that technology is a great tool, but I also think that it has to be viewed through the lens that Christ is everlasting. So if you agree with that eternal mindset and you want to see more videos like this one, then subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when future videos come out. I've also had to slightly adjust how I approach my work when using an iPad first workflow. Since iPad OS is technically a mobile operating system, there are some limitations when using certain applications. For example, the presentation that we use at my church has a remote application that allows me to change the slides as I'm preaching or when I'm leading worship. But I'm not actually able to edit those slides on the iPad. So it's important to know that I have switched to an iPad first workflow and not an iPad only workflow. There's still a place for my laptop in how I work most efficiently and productively, but it just comes in second place now. Again, the iPad shines in its portability and flexibility, and for me, that is why I made the jump. I frequently change my work environment throughout the day and throughout my week. Some days I work in 2 or 3 different places, and throughout my weeks, I'll work from home, from the church office, or from local coffee shops. So portability is a necessary quality for my main work computer. And being able to use the same device to study and write sermons, as well as preach them, has been super helpful for me. If you're thinking about making the switch and picking up an iPad for yourself, I highly recommend getting the iPad Air if you plan on using it as your main work computer. It's cheaper than the Pro model, but has enough power to handle nearly everything that you can throw at it. I'm actually able to more easily edit this video on my iPad Air than I am on my 2015 MacBook Pro. The only limiting factor that I have found so far is if individual applications limit the amount of control you have, just like my church's presentation software. Other than that, the iPad Air is a great investment for anyone who regularly leads presentations or discussions, who values portability and flexibility, or who just wants to add another tool in their productivity arsenal. Everything but the filming itself. That's writing the script, that's creating the graphics, editing the video, and posting it was all done from my iPad. I really hope that this video helped you determine if it was worthwhile to pick up an iPad Air for yourself. If you want to grab the iPad Air, there are links in the description down below for everything that I've talked about in this video. Now, they are affiliate links, which means Amazon will give me and my family a small kickback, but don't worry, there is no extra cost for you. Click on the left to hear about the top apps I recommend for pastors and ministry leaders, or click on the right to hear practical help on raising and discipling your students. Visit Productive Pastors for more information and for other resources. Thank you for watching. See ya, and God bless.